On this week's show, Michelle and Laurie head off to Quartzsite, Arizona to find out for themselves why this place is the hottest winter, and we don't mean heat, destination in the country. Then, everyone has their favorite camping chair, and Jeff Johnston shows us his, and why he doesn't go camping without it. Also, Kate Dunbar, our Campground Gourmet, goes international this week with her Mediterranean chicken dish. Later, it's time for class as Mark and Dawn Polk from RV Education 101 show us how to replace or upgrade the carbon monoxide detectors in your RV. And we'll show you how you can win a specially customized 2021 Forest River No-Bow and help support care camps for children with cancer. Rollin on TV is sponsored by Carefree of Colorado, celebrating over 45 years of RV awning innovation. Closed captioning, where available, is sponsored by Forest River. Begin the journey.
Hi, this is Michelle and Laurie from Rollin on TV, and we're going to explore Quartzsite, Arizona. Quartzsite is located in the county of La Paz, Arizona, and normally it has a year-round residency of about 4,000 people. However, during the wintertime, this number increases to 1 million RVers. So this small desert town, which happens to have perfect winter weather, really has morphed itself into taking care of all these RVers that come in once a year. One of the important things for us is to check out the Quartzsite Sports Vacation and RV show during our 3 days. But there is so much more to Quartzsite than the show. So please join us as we take a look at Quartzsite, Arizona. The first thing you'll notice, probably, as you arrive in Quartzsite, which is at the intersection of Route 10 and Route 95, are the vendors. There are 2,000 vendors selling everything imaginable. And this is known as one of the world's largest flea markets. After all that shopping, we were hungry. We had asked people along the way, what's the best place to have lunch now in Quartzsite? All of them said one particular restaurant. In our planning process, we had been told to check out this former hotspot restaurant in Quartzsite, and we did. However, they didn't even have a liquor license at this point in time, and it was time for a cocktail. So we headed over to Silly Al's. Now, Silly Al's is an unimposing one-story building with a big sign. You can't miss it. It's right at one of the main intersections. We waited a bit. It was quite hustling and bustling, and it took us a little bit of time for our food, but considering how many people were in there, we were not surprised. The food was hot and delicious, and we enjoyed lunch with our friends. Winter temperatures are in the 70s. Gorgeous BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land, which is very, very free to inexpensive to stay on. But how are all these RVs serviced? These are not full hookup campsites. These are mostly dry camping situations. Well, there are many, many, many options for RVers to dump and fill and everything else they need to do right near the center of town. There are also services that will come to you at your dry campsite. Quartzsite is known for its ATV and RV friendly atmosphere. It does have 70 traditional RV parks. We arranged with our friends to stay at a place near the Baby Boomers area on Plamosa Road. So as we were going down Plamosa Road, we saw signs and signs and signs of all these groups who were gathered to be in Quartzsite. Once we got settled into our campsite, which was right near the Baby Boomer group, our friend Hans had to take a look at our water pump.
So try it again.
Beautiful.
It sounds right.
We also got to meet some pretty neat neighbors, and Laurie got a great offer.
You want to go up? I'll take you up.
I will. With my camera?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
What a great treat Laurie's in for, and we get to enjoy along with her. But first, let's cover the Quartzsite Sports Vacation and RV Show, which was started in 1984. Hi, Michelle here from Rollin on TV. We're in Quartzsite, Arizona. It is January 18th, 2020, and we are going into the Quartzsite, Arizona RV Show, where 160,000 people are supposed to attend this week. So we've just completed the inside of the Quartzsite RV Show tent. Now we're walking around on the outside. Lots and lots of activity. What's nice about this RV show is it's free. Many RV shows, the parking costs, the entrance fee costs, and people are buying, walking around with purchases, eating all the many kinds of fried foods and ice cream. And that gives you a taste of the Quartzsite Sports Vacation and RV Show, held in January in Quartzsite, Arizona. And now, let's get back to Laurie's special treat. Max and his wife Diane have enjoyed the sport for quite a while. It involves a 400 to 500 square foot rectangular parachute. It has a 45 to 65 horsepower engine, often hauled around in a toy hauler or a towed trailer. It lifts off at 30 miles per hour and it needs 200 feet for liftoff. Max took Laurie over the big show tent and we get to see a big portion of Quartzsite's RVs. Well, it's been quite a learning experience these last few days in Quartzsite, Arizona. And as the sun sets and we enjoy one more campfire with friends, old and new, plans turn to next January when we hope to gather together again. This is Michelle and Laurie for Rollin on TV in Quartzsite, Arizona.
Aquacam toss-ins, so fast and easy to use, it could seem like a game. Someone once said, the camping doesn't really start until the RV awning comes out. Whoever said that really knew what they were talking about. Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. For more information, visit our website at carefreeofcolorado.com.
Most campers need camp furniture of one kind or another. Now, like most of us who've been doing this for an awful long time, we've been through a variety of chairs that some are more comfortable than others, some last longer, some fall apart while you're sitting next to them at the campsite, which of course is hilarious for all your camping buddies. But we kind of like a chair that's a little more reliable than that these days. And we ran into this new line that we're really impressed with. This is by GCI Outdoors. They make a wide variety of chairs of all kinds, standard chairs, rockers, low profile recliners, and so on. This one is called their slim profile director's chair. You can see it folds up fairly small, which makes it easy to store in a rig. And most of all, it's also very easy to deploy. But first, it's got a built-in handle, and it's a little bit heavier than some because it's made out of steel. It's not aluminum, and the steel gives it, of course, great strength. One of the things we really like about this line is how easy it opens. And that's it. So you sit down, and I'm 260 pounds, and I have a very dirty knee. I'm 260 pounds, and this thing feels really good. Plus, there's your little tray on the side with your drink holder. This makes a really nice camp chair. It's comfortable. It feels like it's sized right for a full-size adult. And when you're ready to go, one of the things we like about it, being of somewhat of a certain older age, is having these arms like this means it's a little easier to get up out of the chair. And when you're ready to bug out, all it takes is lift it up and you're done. So you can learn more about these GCI outdoor chairs from our website, rollinontv.com. We're going to have them with us from now on.
Having cancer shouldn't mean giving up the joys of childhood. Care Camps helps children with cancer remember what it's like to just be a kid. Rollin TV and Forest River are supporting Care Camps with our special raffle. With your donation, you're entered to win this one-of-a-kind Forest River No Boundaries travel trailer. It's a chance for these deserving kids to enjoy themselves and a chance for you to win this eye-catching Super Novo. If you enjoy camping, don't you think these kids should have the same chance too? For more information, visit our website at rollinontv.com. From off-the-road adventure camping to luxurious full-time RVing and everything in between, Forest River has the RV to fit your needs, budget, and outdoor lifestyle. To see our full line of trailers and motorhomes, visit forestriverinc.com. Forest River. Begin the journey. At Norcoal, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcoal refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcoal RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcoal.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate Dunbar for Rollin on TV. Today I'm teaching you a cast iron Mediterranean chicken meal. This is something that's going to have your friends and families craving for seconds, so you better make extra. And I love to use chicken thighs when I'm cooking with cast iron, especially at the campground because it's dark meat. And if you cook it a little bit longer than you're supposed to, maybe, you've had an extra cocktail or maybe a kid's learning how to ride a bike, with dark meat, it's okay. You've got this window where it's still gonna be flavorful and tender and juicy. And what I wanna do is take some olive oil and just drizzle it over the top, maybe about a teaspoon per chicken thigh. Now just turn it over, rub each piece around in the olive oil because you want all the spices and seasonings to stick right on the skin and not get left all over the piece of parchment paper here. I've mixed up a seasoning blend with rosemary and dried lemon, oregano, salt, pepper, a little bit of red chili flake, and some garlic powder. Those great Mediterranean flavors. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it over the top. Now we're gonna flip these over because we want our chicken to be seasoned on both sides. We have our chicken seasoned and oiled. I have all of the vegetables all chopped and my fire, it's ready. So let's move on over there and get to cooking. Okay, so here I am over my hot fire. Oh my goodness, this is screaming. And that's exactly how you need this fire to be. Have your tongs ready, your chicken's already seasoned, and we've got our olive oil. We're gonna add in about 2 tablespoons to it. It's already bubbling away. There we go. It's bubbling and sizzling away. We're gonna put the chicken in skin side down, place it in the oil, and then bring it out to the side and just leave it alone. So I wanna let this go for about 3 minutes. I don't want to touch it. I want that skin to start to crisp and brown, and then we're gonna turn it over and do the exact same thing on the other side, about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. All I can smell right now is olive oil and rosemary and oregano and pepper and that dried lemon peel. That's the trick here. You don't want to add fresh lemon zest to this. you want to add the dried because the fresh is going to have too much moisture in it and too many oils, and those can burn. But with the dried lemon peel, it's perfect. Because remember, these are just seared. These are not cooked all the way, these chicken thighs. And I want to remove them and just set them aside for a few minutes. So now let's get ready to add in our onions. I have 1 chopped onion here, large chunks, nothing small. So I've got the onions going. Now it's time to add in the potatoes. Now remember, I've par cooked these. If you cook them to the point where they're just fork tender, take them out of the boiling water and let them cool. Then all you have to do is put them into a container or a Ziploc bag and get it into your freezer, and then you can take it to the campground and they're practically cooked. It's a way of saving time. All right, next we're gonna add in our green beans. I love these are fresh. I picked them up at a farmer's market. Now let's add in a pinch of our seasoning, because you want to season as you go. Let's add in 2 fresh sprigs of rosemary. It's totally optional. Well, I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to add the chicken back in a couple other ingredients and finish this dish. All right, let's add back in that chicken. Okay, let's just nestle that right in. Now, since we've already seared it, it only has about 20 minutes more to cook. So this is a meal that you can have ready in about 40-45 minutes for your family. Now let's add in our other ingredients. I have some fresh tomatoes. These are whole little cherry tomatoes. I'm just gonna sprinkle these over the top. I've got some sliced and the pits have been removed from these Kalamata olives. I'm gonna sprinkle these over to the top. This is definitely a Mediterranean addition to your meal. And I have 3 cloves of garlic that I've chopped. Why am I adding it now and not at the beginning? Well, that olive oil was really hot in this pan, and there was a chance that the garlic would burn, and that would add a tremendous amount of bitter flavor. We don't want that. And I'm adding in about a 1/2 cup of chicken stock. Now, if you want to add some additional flavor, add in about a 1/4 cup of white wine and then a 1/4 cup of chicken stock or water. It's whatever you choose, and this will just help everything cook. All right, 10 minutes has passed. Everything is bubbling away. Let's give it a good stir, and then we're gonna let it go another 10 minutes, and then it's gonna be time to eat. I'm gonna add in some fresh chopped parsley, just for a bright green flavor. And then to finish off that Mediterranean flavor, I'm gonna add in some feta cheese. Now, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it just adds a really creamy texture, and it's a little salty, and it's just perfect. It gives it a nice pop with that bright white. I think it's fantastic. Let me cut off a little bit of this chicken here. It's so soft and tender. And remember, that skin on top is nice and seared, and it stayed beautiful and golden. Oh my gosh, that's so good. The oregano, the rosemary, the chili flake, the pepper. I'm getting that saltiness from the olives. This is fantastic. I'm gonna try the olives and potatoes next. Okay. There's something about a Kalamata olive when you cook it with a dish like this. It still retains some of that texture bite that it has. It doesn't get soft and just kind of fade away. It stays there. It's a great bite for you. I'm Kate Dunbar, the Campground Gourmet for Rollin on TV. Thank you for joining me today for this cast iron Mediterranean chicken meal. Keep cooking great memories, and I will see you at the campground. Bye.
Wow, am I glad I used Aquachem. Maybe chili wasn't the best idea.
Aquachem, the most powerful odor control available and the #1 seller for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Mark Polk with RV Education 101. Today I want to discuss one of the most important safety devices in your RV, the carbon monoxide detector or CO detector. Carbon monoxide is called the silent killer. That's because CO gas is invisible, odorless, and it's deadly. We just took the RV out of storage and I heard the CO detector chirping about every 30 seconds. That typically indicates a weak or dead 9-volt battery. We installed a new battery and it still chirped every 30 seconds. When a safety device chirps like that, a light also illuminates, and if you look in the instructions for the device, the color and number of times it illuminates will help troubleshoot the problem. Ours flashed 2 red lights every time it chirped. On our model, 2 red lights flashing indicates the detector reached the end of its life and needs to be replaced. So that's what we're going to do right now. Something lots of RV owners and homeowners are not aware of is CO detectors and other safety devices have expiration dates. Ours was listed as October 2023, but it didn't last that long. That is why it's important you not only know what the expiration date is, but you test the device every time you use your RV. I look for the expiration date on all of our safety devices and write it on the front cover so it serves as a constant reminder. When you replace a CO detector, it's important to understand the replacement must meet standards for use in RVs. The reason is it's not in a climate-controlled environment like your house. There can be wide variations in temperatures and the device needs to be made for that. Our CO detector is hardwired into the RV's 12-volt system and we had a 9-volt battery as a backup. I liked knowing that if one power supply failed, there was a backup. So I searched the internet for an RV model that works on both power supplies. I couldn't find any except what looked like a used model on eBay. I found 12-volt hardwired models and I found 9-volt models. I opted for the hardwired model since the RV was already wired for it. Let's install the new model right now. The old model mounted on the wall covered the hole where the wiring is. This model has a flush mount design. After marking the size on the wall, I cut it out, making sure no wiring was in the way. The old model had a plug that plugs directly into the RV's 12-volt system. The new one did not have a plug, so after testing the voltage at the RV plug, I cut the plug off the old detector and spliced it into the new detector. You need to make sure you have good connections and tape everything with electrical tape for safety purposes. All that is left to do is test the new unit and then mount it on the wall. It's not only important you have a properly operating CO detector, it's important everybody staying in the RV understands what CO poisoning symptoms are. Carbon monoxide symptoms are similar to flu symptoms, but without the fever. Symptoms include dizziness, vomiting, nausea, muscular twitching, intense headache, throbbing in the temples, weakness and sleepiness, inability to think coherently. If you or anyone else in the RV experiences symptoms, you immediately get to fresh air. If the symptoms persist, seek medical attention immediately. Check all of your RV safety devices before each trip, then head out on an RV adventure with peace of mind, knowing if something does happen, you will be alerted to the problem with time to react. To learn more about your RV, take a minute to visit RVOnlineTraining.com. Happy camping.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show. For more information on anything you've seen on the program, along with additional videos, stories, and news, plus some great contests, visit our website at rollinontv.com. And remember, you can also watch Rollin' on TV on Roku, Amazon Fire, Vimeo, and YouTube, as well as on any of our station's streaming media services. For complete coverage information, click on the Where to Watch link on our website. As usual, this has been another fun production.